So school, let's talk about that, man. Like you obviously you have some insecurities. You feel a certain way because you're one of the few
Yeah.
minorities in the school. Were you good in school? Like, did you good grades? Like,
No, I had a learning disability. I had severe ADHD, and I just couldn't focus. Not book smart at all. Really, unless I was really interested in something, I just couldn't really progress in it. And so I ended up getting into special ed classes. And once I got into those classes, my grades really went up. They improved. I was getting like A's and B's, but I mean, the work was easy.
yeah,
We was in there doing like 1+1. I would fly through. I was like the smartest one in those classes. I was looking around like, man, I'm the cool one. Everybody liked me. They thought I was cool. I had friends that were in regular classes. They couldn't believe it. Amazing.
So you mentioned you have ADHD. You had ADHD, or that's what
Still
they told
have it. Yeah.
Which is like that's one of the most common used
It is.
terms by doctor. And
Don't downplay it though.
Were you medicated? Were you on medication at that time?
I was sedated, drugged, controlled. I had they tried me out on Ritalin first, and I mean it helped. I definitely could focus more, but I just felt like a zombie, man. And so I switched from that to Adderall, and Adderall really wasn't much better. I just didn't like how I felt on those medications because it would strip me of my personality.
Yeah.
Like my friends would always come up to me and they'd be like, "Oh, what are you doing your work for? What'd you do? Take your medicine?" And they'd be like, "Why?" Because they would want me to make them laugh and stuff. They'd be like, "Why you ain't, what's wrong with you today?" "Oh, you must have took your medicine." They'd make fun of me. "Oh, he took his medicine. He ain't going to be clowning today." And then that would get me down. I'd be like, "Man, I got to entertain these fools. Like I got to do my job for my friends. So I'm not taking this pill."
Yeah. Well, now you're an adult. You've seen a lot now over the years. Have you developed an opinion on like ADHD and medicating kids that, because there's a lot of kids, man, including my own kid.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I feel like it's something a lot of people deal with. There's definitely levels to it. I don't know, man. I think what it really boils down to is, man, you gotta be interested in what you're learning. You got to care about it in order to progress. And I feel like that's how I finally ended up finding something that I was able to be successful in, is because I was passionate about it. I cared about it. I was interested. And I feel like they could do that in schools. They could use that same concept.
Yeah, one of the things that frustrates me is our school system. And I've talked about this a lot on the podcast. Not every kid learns the same way. And my kid's one of them. He does not like school, right? Like he's a very smart kid.
Yeah.
My two daughters, they're like 4.7, 4.5.
Yeah.
Like they're super book smart. But my, my younger son doesn't like school. And I've had the conversations with his teachers. My kid can talk about day trading. He can talk about running a business. He can create a business plan. Like he can talk about politics, world views, like anything. Like he's just one of those kids. He's a lot like me. Like he has all this crazy knowledge in his head because he educates himself on the internet. He researches things.
Right.
But you say, hey man, 2 apples plus 3 oranges, like how many cars does that equal? Well, I don't even know the answer to that, but he definitely doesn't know the answer to that. And I think the quick thing in society now is, doctors immediately want to medicate a lot of our kids. And if there's parents out there that are kind of hearing that, like, hey, you dealt with this as a kid and you have kids now too. At what point do you feel like kids need medicated? And at what point do you feel like, man, parents should really try some alternative measures before they medicate a kid? Or do you think they should all, let's drop some medication with them?
I feel like if you're not violent, physically harming people, then let's keep trying to figure this out. Let's try alternatives. Let's try programs and therapy and, different ways of learning. Unfortunately, you kind of got to have money to get these other options of teaching. But yeah, in my opinion, I feel like if you're not violent or coming off like you might, bring harm to an entire school, like I'd say like be patient and hold off on the medication thing. you know, because we went through that with one of my kids, and I just didn't like what the medication was doing to him. And I pulled the plug on it. And then, I mean, I was kind of against it altogether in the beginning because he was just too young, man. He was, I mean, he was only like 8 or 9. I'm like, he's supposed to be acting like that. He's a kid. Like, were we trying to make him an adult at 9? We want him to act like an adult? Like, this is absurd. Like, all for what? So he can bring home a report card with straight A's? Like, that's stupid of us to, the fact that we think like that is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, dude, I don't care. Like, I'd rather him have all F's and just be a kid, you know? Because you think about it, he's going to grow up. He's going to end up taking the career path he wants anyways, you know? Let's say he did get straight A's and graduates and then just becomes a professional video game player.
Yeah.
Like, what was the point,
Exactly.
dude? You know what I mean? He's going to do what so it's just not that important. I don't feel like, am I going to encourage him to be a low life and to just not be, try to take entrance and educate himself? No, I'm not going to encourage that, but I'm also not going to act like it's freaking life or death if he doesn't get great grades, you know?
You got to go to school because you have to go to school.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you have to do in society.
Right.
But school should not define what you do in your life.
No, and it doesn't. I'm a product of it. I'm a prime example of it. I mean, I went to school with plenty of people that got great grades, took college courses before they graduated high school, and now I make more money than them. So it's like,
now they're asking you for your autograph, right? Like,
yeah,
it's the same thing.
now they want to take pictures with me. They come to my shows, and it's like, I don't feel like I'm better than any of them. I'm just using myself as an example of there's so many ways to become successful,
Right.
especially nowadays. And that's not the one way, you know?
Yeah. Now, growing up in Urbana, you grew up with your mom in the home, but your father wasn't around, right?
No.
Hey, what's up, guys? My name is Todd Poltz, and I want to first say thank you for watching this episode. I have built a massive real estate empire in multiple multi-million-dollar companies here in the state of Ohio. And my goal is each week to bring you powerful conversations with some of the most successful, creative entrepreneur minds from around the country. But I need you to do me a favor right now and take time to subscribe to this channel and click right here for the next episode.